Welcome back to another edition of BC Renovation, folks. In this edition, I'm going to show you how I put together this paver patio here. If you're interested in seeing how I did that, stick around. Alright, so I'm ready to get started on this little paver landing down here, and I'm just going to show you how I've laid this out. And folks, if you think ahead a little bit and sort of lay things out ahead of time, you can save yourself a lot of grief. If you if you do your layout, what happens is it looks like it looks professional. In the case of these paving stones, you can save yourself a lot of cuts. So when I do my paving stones, I always try to minimize my amount of cuts, because it's hard to cut these things. And so I'm dealing with two different kinds of bricks here. And so I have these are the outside edge bricks, and then these are the bricks that are in the field, what we call them, like in the middle. And you can see that it's a bit different shape. This outside edge brick is basically the same as this brick, with the edge removed so that you get a straight edge. And so you can see that along there, how that's a straight edge that's fitting up against that timber. Now so the way that I've laid this out is basically I'm starting at this point here. And so when I built all of this timber stuff here, I laid this out so that this inside corner would end up like this. And when I put my start laying my field here, you can see how this is just going to start to fit together, and I don't have any spaces, no gaps. It's just it's all going to fit tight up to the timber. So again, I'm just doing a mock-up here to see where things are going to go. So this, you can see here, this is how far I'm going to come this way, because that's the end of my bricks. I won't have to cut anything that way. Now going this way, where the this is going to meet the asphalt here, this is what I'm ending up with here. So I've got a rough edge here that I have to clean up. I can't leave this like this, and so I've determined that full bricks are going to bring me to this point here. All right, and all I've done is put a 1x4 here on the laid it on the driveway here, and then I've squared this board to my trellis. Okay, so that board is square to the trellis, and I've just weighted it down with a piece of concrete block there, and same thing on this end. And so these edge blocks are going to come across like this, and they'll be like up against this edge, but I'm going to cut this asphalt edge and make it a nice straight smooth edge to butt up against. And then somewhere around here, we're just going to go far enough here to get under the foot of those stairs, so that the foot of stairs sits on the bricks, and then we want to leave a landscape area there. So it's going to be about here is where we're going to go to. And so then here we don't have to worry about this, it'll be fine, that edge. And so yeah, I'm going to be using my circular saw to do that, and I put in it's a diamond blade that will cut through this. I've used this to cut concrete stuff before, and I'm just going to go along the edge of my 1x4. So basically my saw, bear with me here folks, is going to go in. I'm just going to do this freehand, and I'm going to follow the edge of that 1x4 along, and I'll make a score. And once I get a score there, then I'll take the 1x4 away, and then cut it down into the asphalt to get that edge off of there. So again, cheapskate that I am, I'm repurposing these bricks. These bricks were at the back of the home. There was a patio at the back of the home, and when we bought it, and I picked that up And so I've salvaged all these bricks, and this is my pile of bricks over here that I'm going to be using. And so, you know, repurposed. And I've got a combination. I got all these are full bricks, and then these are the edge bricks that I have left. So these bricks are from the 90s and 80s and 90s, and this is a product that was called Unistone, and it was this red color. I don't mind the red color, but can't find them anymore. You know, this is a product that's obsolete now. And so I tried to find, I'm not going to have enough of these edge stones here, so I'm going to have to make some of my own. And that's going to be a bit of work, but it won't be too bad. I don't have too many to do. So what I have to do to make one of these is cut this edge off of here, just make it straight. And so I have a saw that will do that. If it doesn't handle this, like, you know, then I'll just rent one from Home Depot, you know, for a few hours and just, you know, make up a bunch of these, and you know, to get my edge stone. So first thing up here is going to be to trim that edge, and then I have to get the elevation all set. So I'll be pulling the stairs out of here and, you know, getting this level. So the driveway slopes, it's high there and it slopes that way, so the water's all draining off this way to this side of the property over here. And so I will be the top of my little patio here is going to be even with the top of the asphalt there. So it's going to be, my little patio is going to slope this way as well, and that's good. You know, that's going to get the water moving away. But this way I want to have it level. And so right now I'm a bit high over there, and so I'm gonna have to do some rearranging here with my soil. And I want to have it down about, you know, half an inch to an inch below what I want, the subgrade. And then I'm going to finish it with a half an inch or an inch of this what's called bedding sand. And this is just something that makes it easy to level the bricks. All right, so I'm going to get started with this, and then I'll show you, you know, I'll get set up to, you know, to do my elevations in there. Stay tuned, folks. Okay, so you can see how I've made my score in there. It's about a half an inch in, and I'm just going to go a little further here, and then I'll take this board away and you know, and then just do it by hand following that score. Okay, so this is what my little edge looks like now that I've got it cut and cleaned up. And is it perfect, folks? No, it's not going to be perfect. You know, the asphalt you know, is still a little bit rough there. You know, it's got a bit of a up and down here. Got a little bit of a chip here. It's really thin here. But once this is all done, you know, that will get filled in. You know, I might get some asphalt cold patch and just throw it in there. But you know, it's gonna be okay. You know, this pad has been here for almost 40 years, and it kind of is one of those things. It is what it is, and so you know, it's gonna be fine. You know, it's gonna look a lot better than that concrete that was here before. And so I've determined now that this is how far I'm gonna come out with it. So this will be going straight across then, and my new stairs are going to be pretty much the same size as those old stairs. So the foot of the stairs is going to sit on the edge of the bricks, and this is going to be the skirting. When I put my new skirting on, the skirting is going to drop down and come to about where the stake is. So I'm going to have all of this area here left for you know, flower bed for you know, planting, and so that's going to, you know, soften. You know, putting plants there is going to soften this area, and it's going to, you know, warm it up and make it inviting. All right, so now I've got to get the elevation established in here. So that's kind of the next thing I have to do. I've got my layout done now, got this cleaned up, and so now I've got to get it ready to put the bricks down. Okay, so I'm a little further along here, folks. So I've established my subgrade, which is, you know, the dirt, and you can see here how I take some out and piled it up here. I'll use that to backfill later, you know, along here as well. And now what I'm doing is putting the sand on top of the subgrade, you know, so I have about an inch of sand to set my bricks on, and I'm just going around the outside and establishing the levels. So you can see the row of bricks in here. Those are level now and laid out, and so once I get this all laid out, then I'll level this in between the sand, and then I'll start filling in. And so you can kind of see how this has come together here along this edge. All right, and this is where I'm going to turn and go that way. And so again, you know, I'm using my laser level to help me, you know, get everything level in here. And so basically, as I go from side to side, end to end, this way, I want it to be level that way. Now this way, it's sloping. And I have a 3.5 inch slope in this distance from here. So any water that gets in there is going to go down and then over the edge there. And so I've set, what I've done is I've set with my level, my laser level, I set this brick, so this brick is level with this brick on the end, which is level with the driveway. And same with this brick here. This brick is level with all three of those along the way there. And so now, using, I have this piece of 1x4, and then I just level or screed it from, you know, from level point to level point. And so I just, you know, just drag that across the sand to level it off, and then it'll be nice and level. So I'm just about ready to start, you know, putting some you know, filling this in here. And again, I started at this corner here, so I placed, this was the first one that I placed, and then I laid them this way, and then I came out this way, and then this edge and this long edge will get put in at the end. So as you know, as I fill this across, I'll end up at the edge, and then I'll put that edging in there, the edge piece. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough sand here to, I'm not sure how far I'm going to get today. I think I might have to get some more sand. But yeah, there you can see it's coming together. All right, folks, I'm just working my way from the driveway this way, and so you can see here, this is the side of it here. This is how wide it's going to be, and so that's going to be our little planting bed. And yeah, so I been wetting this down. It helps to compact it. We've had quite a bit of rain here lately, which really helps with that. But and after I lay the bricks, there's different ways you can lay these things, but a small job like this, it's not such a big deal. It's a small job. You can go crazy with this kind of stuff, but you don't have to, for little jobs like this. So for tamping, I'm using this thing here, and all this is just a it's just a big metal plate, steel plate on the bottom here, and it's pretty heavy. And so I just, when I was compacting this, you just go along and just bang bang bang, just like this, and so that tamps it down as you go. And then once you lay the bricks, then you just go over them with this, like this, and that just settles them down right into that bedding sand. So you just go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. All right, and you can see there's some gaps, and the way we handle the gaps is we put some sand over them and work it in. And I've done that a little bit already here along the edge, and that, and with some watering it down, it will the sand will get down in those open spots and just tighten it up. So I'm just leveling as I go across. So this is all flat and level, and then just as I go across, I'm just pulling that sand across as I work my way across. Okay, so my little paver project is done here, and I sort of got ahead of myself a little bit here with the video, but once you get them all laid, you kind of tamp them a little bit, and you just sprinkle some light sand over it, some fine sand. And what that does is it and then you tamp it and sweep it in, and what that does is it goes in between the joints and kind of fills the joints and kind of locks the stones into place. So again, these are reclaimed. These are probably 30 years old, these stones, and they were somewhere else on the property, and I just repurposed them and put them here. And so you can kind of see now how my little edge has turned out here. And before, when I built the planter, in that video I told you how I like to break the lines and not have these long straight lines. It always looks more interesting, if you can introduce a jog or a curve or something like that instead of a straight line. So here you can see I've got a long straight line down that sidewalk there. I've laid that little sidewalk at the end, but this is going to get broken up by the steps. The steps are going to come down and sit on this little paver patio here, landing we call it. And this is going to be the entrance to the home now, coming here. So these old steps are over here now. People are starting to make fun of me and these old stairs. I keep moving them around. It's kind of like that Johnny Cash song, I've been everywhere, man. My stairs have been everywhere. So, but pretty soon here now, I'm going to be building a new set of stairs, and I'm going to show you in detail how I'm going to do those, how to calculate the rise and the run, and how to lay out the stringer and cut it. That's going to be another video, separate video for that. But yeah, I'll just give you a little walk around here. Yeah, I really like how this is coming together. So these are going to be our little planting beds on each side of the stair here. And this little sidewalk, again, I'm just using up stuff. This stuff was here. I'm just using it up. So here I had enough to go 6 blocks out there, and what that will do now is it's created another little planting area here, in this area, where we can plant some trees, some little plants, and put some bark mulch in here, and just really start to make this look nice in here. Kind of on the same thing on the other side. This sidewalk block's not going to stay here. This block is actually going to go over there I have to put an access into the crawl space. So once I take the stairs away there, I'll be framing out a little opening in there to get into the crawl space, and that's where this box is going to go. But then we can you know, do a little area here with some landscaping here as well, and you know, sort of a border thing along the edge of the mobile home over there. I've cleaned up this little area here, so again, you know, this will all get eventually, this is next spring work now, you know, we're getting into fall here, so the sun's shining on me here. So you know, we're getting into fall now, so I'm just trying to get some of this groundwork done, you know, before it gets cold and rainy and wet. But yeah, it's tidying up quite a bit. So I picked up about 1,000 of those pavers that were back here. They were all in the back. I don't know if you guys can remember that or not. Those of you that have been watching will remember all those pavers were back here. So I had about 1,000 of them. I used about 300 of them in there, in that thing, and I had about 700 left on a pile here. And so I put those for sale. After I got done with that job over there, I put them for sale. 700 of them for 175 bucks, 25 cents a brick, and they were gone in less than a day. So that's gone now. This is cleaned up. I'm saving these ones here. These are going to be used when I do the garden shed again next spring. But yeah, you'll see when I get to that next spring what I'm going to do with that. All right, folks. So I think the next video I'm gonna show you how I install a exterior door, and I'm gonna go into detail on that. Yeah, so that should be interesting. I know that's a common thing that a lot of people do, is change their doors. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, folks. Bye bye.